Going on, America? You with the messenger, and I'm gonna keep the conscious closer to you. I'm asking that you hold on to your hats and your seats. I'm gonna start off with the worst news first. A young black man was found hanged at a park in Palmdale, Los Angeles County, and the cops, without any autopsy, are already claiming suicide, and they haven't found an autopsy yet. There's been claims that he has a suicidal history, but none of it's checking out, and we are waiting on further information through the progressive community to get to the bottom of these circumstances. There are still no allegations via the county police department. And to add one last note, the Los Angeles County Police Department are claiming that this is totally normal public shit, and it's not, and we haven't seen it since the days of the lynching. The days of lynching. Trump is now, and Vox is mocking him, is deciding to attend this madman bullshit. By clicking register below, you are acknowledging that an human risk of exposure to COVID-19 exists in any public place where people are present by attending the rally. You and any guest voluntarily assume all risk related to exposure to COVID-19 and agree not to hold Donald J. Trump for president incorporated with Bach Enterprises and using their center for over 20,000 rally attendees, any of their affiliates, directors, officers, employees, agents, contractors, volunteers viable for any illness or injury. Your president's campaign is also not expected to require guests to wear masks or socially distance at this event, as Trump has frowned upon it in all optics of both. If you don't know what any of this means, all you need to know is he's a fucking moron. The man behind crafting Trump's travel ban, denying refugees into this country during and pre-coronavirus crisis, as well as any other time Trump has been in office, and finally, he's the man that okays ripping children at the border of Mexico away from their families, Stephen Miller, killing them or making them sick and possibly trapping them and sex trafficking young Mexican women and young Mexican men, teenage women as well, into these United States. There was leaked emails between Miller and Breitbart from 2019 in November that showcases extremist anti-immigrant ideology as an architect of Donald Trump's presidency per the initial report. In one email, Miller was concerned that the Confederate flags would be taken out of stores, and only concerned of this after Dylan Roof murdered 9 black people down south that fucking year in that fucking month. As of yesterday evening, Dana Bash from CNN is praising his little minuscule achievements. Dana Bash, you're a cocksucker. Fox News, you're a bunch of cocksuckers. And every other mainstream cable television broadcaster as of this evening. And that's what we're getting into at the knowledge this evening. What I'm simply getting at, America, is, in case you haven't seen any YouTube videos also, I've had 8 of my top teeth pulled, and I'm trying to speak as best as I can. It's been a lot of news that I've been posting up on James Edward Vivada, VIVADA, at Facebook.com if you're interested. And I've been getting a lot of likes and views. And I want to encourage America, if there's ever a time where we need to start using our freedom of platform and also uniting in our progressive media outlets to start tracking down and, trying to bring a lot of these other progressive runner-ups to state and local government as well, we need to start utilizing and evolving. What do we need to utilize? Our cameras, our tuition. America, if you haven't looked at your mainstream media lately, they're not covering the truth in the community, for one. I'll even speak for my own community. As of right now, America, we are policing our own communities. We're looking out for one another. We are utilizing every opportunity to just keep ourselves safe. And if any of you think for a second that the New Bedford Police Department, for example, is coming out here as much as they should, they're not, because they're scared shitless and they've gotten rid of a lot of bad apples. So which is telling me that the good apples are either telling their buddy back at the precinct while he's going like this, yo, we gotta go to this call. Well, bro, I got 2 levels. I got a woman and 2 or 3 children, And if I fuck up once, I have an entire cable news network around this entire country, federally backed by Republican right-wing conservative donors. They will use every angle against my policing alone to destroy whatever's left of the good apples. So if you look at my Facebook as well, you will see a previous short video that I released basically saying that there's probably only 25 to 30% of the entire country, which makes up the entire policing culture, that have good apples. And the 60% or 50 odd members of the police department, speaking in the whole country, is probably 60% bad apples. So I'm encouraging America, as of tonight, you're probably staring down the barrel of civil war. And if it's not civil war, it's going to be race wars. America, they're tearing Palmdale County apart, as well as they should. What else, America, do you expect our communities to do? On the left, we have a fascist gangster slash Nazi president that has hired a full-blown outspoken white supremacist racist to write his unity speech in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the black market stood. The black stock market, okay? And that's what he wants to do, his unity speech on Juneteenth. We need to evolve very quickly, or we're going to die. There's not going to be an existence left because, one, we're either going to starve to death, die of a resurgence that every single expert in the entire the entire White House has been saying is not going to happen, which is already happening. 20 states have spiked, and in each and every state there's over 1,100 COVID-19 patients in these hospitals. So to make the video short, and to hopefully round up some people and get y'all fires lit under y'all asses, we need to start pumping propaganda against the rich, racist, conservative Republican Party. If you watch right-wing media, I'll tell you right now, you're part of the problem. And you don't think for yourself, and you're afraid to trust in your own judgment to go get the real information, which is more than accessible to you. But you have to dig deep. You can't be trusting Fox, you can't be trusting CNN, you can't be trusting MSNBC, and most certainly you can't be trusting OWN. Right-wing racist conservative conspiracy theories 24/7, which is also 100% funded by the Trump administration. What does that mean? It's for his entire base of popular vote. So I hope that this information that I provide the American people tonight will finally wake you up. We need to evolve. Every night I come on my channel, every night. And it's up to the American people to start taking it seriously. Peace and love.